Put a touch of class and finesse on your brand by advertising with us at High Impact 1021 FM. For more information, call
0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, or 0902 745 3931.
Follow us on our social media platforms at High Impact 1021 FM. Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Every day of your week.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week.
Let's make an impact in your life. 102.1 FM, High Impact Radio.
Hey, are you a mechanic, a car owner, a car dealer, transporter, or a prospective car owner? This program is for you. Tune in every Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. and let's talk about your car needs and how to care for your automobiles.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
A very good evening to you, Impact citizens, and welcome to the Auto Up Show right here on your number one urban lifestyle station, Impact Radio 102.1 FM. The Auto Up Show is one place where we get to talk to ourselves about everything automotives and automobile, ranging from discussing issues that are very prominent in our day-to-day activities, making sure that automotives and automobiles definitely have a healthy lifespan. We'll also be taking nagging issues as it concerns our automotives and our automobile. And I tell you, the Auto Up Show is not your conventional auto show, because yes, on the show we'll always be looking to digress a little bit and then to do it in some form of abridged version, because as much as we're bringing you update from the auto world, we'll also be looking to enlighten you as well as sensitizing you on our best to make use of the road as road users. And that is why on the show today I've got a prominent person with me in the studio who together will be looking to dissect some nagging issues as it concerns automotives and automobile. And I have the pleasure of introducing to you Citizen Superintendent Route Commander Olabisi Shonosi, who is the Sector Public Education Officer of the Federal Road Safety Corps Lagos Sector Command. Superintendent Route Commander Olabisi Shonosi, welcome to Auto Urban Impact Radio 102.1 FM.
Well, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure.
How are you?
It's a pleasure to have you, ma. Welcome to Empire Radio 102.1 FM. And yes, on the Auto Up Show today, definitely this is one place where we look to talk about everything that concerns automotives and also automobile. And as much as we have it, also we look to sensitize people on the best practices to make sure that they have when using the roads all around us. And I tell you, there's one thing we'll be doing today, because I would like to get feedback and responses from our listeners out there. So definitely I'll be trying the phone lines open. But in case you want to send in your questions for the Sector Public Education Officer of the Federal Road Safety Corps Lagos State Command, Superintendent Route Commander Olabisi Shonosi, you can do that right away by sending your messages to 0907 224 5018, 0907 224 5018. You can as well follow us on our Facebook fan page at impact radio 102.1 FM, impact radio 102.1 FM. You can watch us live on X as well, that's formerly Twitter, at impact 102.1 FM. And then we'll hit the cruise control already, because we'll be talking about road safety management, FRSA in Lagos State, and the safety on and off the road. My first question is going to be surrounding you personally, because I've done well by introducing you, but I'd like you to tell us a little bit about you, a woman of your caliber in our society today, because I tell you there's a probability of having maybe 2 of 10 women like you in high rank offices, talking about either the military or the paramilitary in Nigeria system of today. Tell us who you are, ma'am.
Mosque, we go to schools, we go to even corporate organizations to talk to drivers, to talk to a lot of people who uses the road on how to use the road without crashes, and also to remind them that they're sharing the road with people and they need to
adding sense to the license. Good to meet you, Superintendent Rouse Commander Olabisi Shonusi. Before we go further into our questions, I have this bill to pay right now, and when we come back, we'll go straight into our conversation for today. Stay with me right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM.
The high impact of Lagos.
High cash flash time.
Now money time, oh.
If you not play,
Now you lose, oh.
But if you not come win today,
You fit win tomorrow.
Yes, so this na high cash flash where you fit win a wolf money brekete. Just dial *347 *972 hash. Select your urban station high impact 102.1 FM. Then go sama you code where you fit take use buy ticket for 500 naira pere. And not forget say the more you buy ticket, the more chances you get to hammer better money. To play and more to win, you fit also visit our website for highcashflash.com. Time na money o.
Oh yeah, dial *347 *972 hash to enter the high cash flash.
You see this money?
Last, now we go chop am o.
High Cash Splash is powered by Lasho Trading Services Limited and licensed by Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Authority. Not suited for anyone under 18. Play responsibly.
Put a touch of class and finesse on your brand by advertising with us at High Impact 1021 FM. For more information,
Call 0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, or 0902 745 3931.
follow us on our social media platforms at High Impact 1021 FM. Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Hey, are you a mechanic, a car owner, a car dealer, transporter, or a prospective car owner? This program is for you. Tune in every Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. and let's talk about your car needs and how to care for your automobiles.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the show, to the Auto Up Show right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. I tell you, today's edition is a special edition because we have the privilege of having the Superintendent Route Commander Olabisi Shonusi, the Sector Public Education Officer of the Federal Road Safety Corps Lagos Sector Command, in the studio with me this evening. And yes, we'll go straight into it right now. She's already told us who she is, being the mouthpiece of the Federal Road Safety Corps right here in Lagos State. And now, my first point of call is going to be around what does your personnel see before they stop an oncoming vehicle on the road? And I tell you, ma'am, there's a backstory to it, because a couple of times I've been on the road too, and many times you see that there's a particular set of people that we call Omo Ijoba, especially those with the yellow buses. They do whatever they want to do, they go freely. But you see, lots of time the private vehicles are the ones who are not allowed. I'm sorry to say, but they are not allowed to roam freely. So what is it that your personnel will see? Is it that they have bad headlights, or maybe the seat belt? What does it what happens before your personnel will say stop?
Okay, there are this set of offenses that actually attracts the men to flag you down, that will make them to stop an oncoming vehicle. One of it is, if you're not, we call them primary offenses.
Okay.
One of it is strapping your belt.
Okay.
Another is using your phone while you drive. The men can easily also see a faded number plate ahead of them, and they want to flag you down, because it's also one of the offenses that we look out for.
Okay.
It could be a cracked windscreen. And someone, one of the personnel who is also behind your vehicle could have cited that one of your lighting, your brake light is not functional. And these are the primary offenses that could make the men at first to flag an oncoming vehicle down. Okay, secondarily too, when they now flag such person down, in the course of interfacing with the driver, Then we have the secondary offenses, which are, do you have your driver's license? And take, for instance, your license is expired or something, your vehicle documents are expired. They ask you for your fire extinguisher and you don't have such. They ask for your spare tires and it is not well inflated. So those are the secondary offenses. Okay, another one could be that you're having a child that is not up to 13 on your laps. Those are issues that could make a personnel to flag you down. But if they are having special offenses, I mean special patrol, we call them special intervention patrols. This the issue of primary offenses does not come to bear. The vehicles are stopped randomly. And they are also asked all these questions that I've asked, because first we want to ascertain that the person who is behind the wheel is licensed to actually drive. So these are the basic things that the men can look for before flagging a vehicle down. Now, to answer your question concerning concerning the commercial drivers. Okay, I want to ask you I'm also going to throw something at you. You're in a commercial vehicle and you're very early in the morning and you're in a hurry to go to work. And our men flag such driver down when we know that the offense that had been cited at first is not a crash causing offense. You understand? He's not using his phone, he's not distracted, he's strapped his seat belt. The passenger has strapped his seat belt, but something somewhere says there's a gap and we need to ask the driver some questions, and we flag such driver down. You'll be the first person to say we are going to work very early in the morning, Oga. Can't you see another vehicle going? But you know that for us, we have operational guidelines. You can only stop a certain number of vehicles at a time to check. And once you have those vehicles and you're still checking them, even when you have a vehicle overloaded passing by, the men can only note the number of such vehicle and maybe act later by sending a message to the driver when we have run through the number plate. So most times, what we do in such cases is that we engage the executives of such unions where, there are major stakeholders. Without them, you can't see FRSC. We work hand in hand. If we find out that, okay, for that period of time, it's not a crash-causing offense, we can always engage their executives, tell them that such vehicles should be turned in, because we have that understanding. So I've had series of questions like that you guys don't always arrest. You don't arrest commercial drivers. You don't arrest trucks. And we've seen that when we even have special patrols that is targeted majorly even for trucks, commercial trucks. At times, it is the same citizen that will say we are blocking the whole road. You are causing traffic.
You are not allowing smooth transport.
You are doing this. You are doing that. But we must do our work, especially once what we are looking for is a crash-causing offense. We don't look the other way.
Okay. I'm looking to grasp very well now that this also applies to some vehicles that we believe to be non-motorable, because I tell you that there are some vehicles on the street of Lagos, on the road of Lagos, that on a normal day you feel like this particular one should not be on the road.
Okay, when it comes to the roadworthiness of vehicles, it is not our statutory responsibility, though we look out for such vehicle. But we work in synergy with the Vehicle Inspection Service for them to, they are the ones saddled with the responsibility of running through and giving all the vehicles you see on the road roadworthiness certificates. So we do some intervention patrol together, joint patrol together to clamp down on some of these rickety and roadworthy vehicles from time to time. And also when we see some of them, we also make sure that we pull them over. So we are also using this. We have a lot of things. The government has its own role to play in all of this. In other climes, when a vehicle gets to some level, the government will pull such vehicles out of the road, give them some intervention money for them to they will recall such vehicle off the road, just like back then in the days you have Molwe. But can you see Molwe these days? No. They are being taken off the road, and you have the BRT vehicles now running through. So government can also do that for some of these trucks that are overaged, and gradually we can face off all these rickety old trucks, and gradually we start infusing maybe new trucks into our fleet of trucks in the country. I feel the government also have their own roles to play.
All right, thank you, man, for taking us through what it is that a particular road user must have done before the personnel of the Federal Road Safety Corps would flag you down and say, okay, you have to stop right there. You mentioned that they are the primary, the secondary, and sometimes the special operations before you would go ahead and say, okay, you have to stop, and then we have to talk to you man to man now, just like someone would say. And yes, away from that, I need you to talk us through a particular process, because over time I've been hearing different things when it comes to that, and it concerns, you mentioned it under the secondary, which is driver's license. The process of renewing and also getting a new driver's license in this part of the world.
Okay. First, for you to be licensed to drive, you must be 18 years and above. It is not before you're 18. And it is only when you're 18 that you can apply for a driver's license. And of course, an 18-year-old is just a new, a fresh applicant for driver's license. So it is expected that mommy or daddy's mechanic should not teach such a person the process of learning. So it is expected that an 18-year-old that wants a driver's license should be sent to a registered driving school to go through the process of learning. That, we say doctors, they go through medical school. Yes. And so as someone who wants to handle an automobile too, you need to go through the driving school, and then you'll be taught the yellow light, the yellow box, the traffic signs, what causes
the zebra crossing,
a lot of things.
Because that is one
because
thing.
A lot of us are baked drivers, because of course your mechanic was the one that taught you how to drive, and he only pass on what he knows. He won't tell you what he does not know. He does not even, he's seeing zebra crossing, but he's seeing it like tom-tom or something else on the road. It's just a black and white thing on the road, and he does not understand. And it's the same thing that he's going to pass on to you. So it's expected that you send such a person who is coming in as a fresh applicant to the driving school, where he learns the act of driving. And in the course, when he's done with that, he's taken through a module of 26 days, and after that he will sit for a computer-based test, and he will be issued his driving school certificate, an electronic driving school certificate. Thereafter, it is expected that such a person approaches, you can even do it yourself, be it a renewal or a fresh. You can simply log on to www.nigeriadriverslicense.org.org. So there, it is expected that your certificate number, you typed it into, and you will see the process popping up, and you can go through the process yourself. After doing that, you can print, you can even pay online. And what is the fee that you need to pay for 3 years is 10,350, and if it's a 5 years duration, it is 15,450. So thereafter, you can approach, it's a tripartite arrangement. It's a 3-party arrangement. You have the Lagos State arm, which has 2 of its agencies working with the Federal Road Safety Corps. And their own agencies are the Motor Vehicle Administration Agency, NVAA, and the Vehicle Inspection Service, the VIO, before you have FRSC as the third party.
All right. Thank you for taking us through that particular as well. But then there's still more to talk about when it comes to this driver's license issue of it. Because countless times I've had people talk about getting either the driving school certificate or the temporary driving license. Because at the point in time, I know you guys used to issue the temporary driver's license, and then it can take
part of the process.
It can take ages before you get the original.
Permanent license.
Okay, so come and talk about why it is so and what can be done to make it better. It's still the Auto Up Show right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Don't forget you can be a part of the show this evening by logging on to our Facebook fan page at iImpact Radio 102.1 FM. We're also live on our X, formerly Twitter handle at iImpact 102.1 FM. You can definitely put a call through to us if you have a question, nagging issues for the Superintendent Route Commander or Labisi Shonosi, who is the Sector Public Education Officer of the Federal Road Safety Corps Lagos State Command. We'll go on this quick timeout. I'll be back before you know it. Stay with us on the Auto Up Show.
Can you go? How low can you go? How low can you
Scratch that. How high can you reach? High impact. 1021. Limitless.
It's about to go down.
It's about to go down.
It's about to go down.
It's about to go down. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
You better be ready to say hello to the cool cash that's about to splash your way. High Cash Splash is gonna make it rain.
What do I do?
Simply dial the USSD code *347*972#. Select the amount of tickets you want to purchase, select your bank, and then you'll get an SMS with 2 payment options. Make payment and you stand a chance to win with just 500 Naira, or visit highcashsplash.com for more details.
Yeah.
It's popping up on selected shows on High Impact Radio 1021. So remember, the more you play, the higher your chances of winning cool cash on the High Cash Splash raffle draw.
High Cash Splash is powered by Lasho Trading Services Limited and licensed by Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Authority. Not suited for anyone under 18. Play responsibly.
Welcome back to the show, Auto Up, right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. And then you just edit, we're telling you about High Cash Splash, one place where we get to win huge amount of money. I tell you, very, very bogus. And then the steps to be a part of the draw is very easy and simple. All you have to do is to log on to www.icashsplash.com, deposit and indicate the number of tickets you intend to buy. One ticket costs 500 Naira. Do what to complete your payment, and then you're part of the draw. And then you can also dial *347*972#, as well indicate the number of tickets, select your bank, and then you are going to get a virtual account information. You can take that to your mobile banking, or maybe visit the nearest POS agent that you have around you, and then you can be a part of the draw, which is going to be happening on 24th of this month. 24th June 2024 is where you are going to be winning up to 100,000 Naira. Yes, you heard me right, 100,000 Naira. Welcome back to the show, Auto Up Show, Empire Radio 102.1 FM. It's the Auto Up Show, Empire Radio 102.1 FM, and I have the honor of having the Superintendent Route Commander Olabisi Shonosi with me in the studio, the Sector Public Education Officer on the Federal Road Safety Corps Lagos Sector Command. And yes, together I'll be talking about what it is you can do before the Federal Road Safety Corps personnel. We flag you down on the road. She's highlighted a couple of things for us, like the primary and the secondary offenses, and also some when they are on special operations. And then we dive straight into how to get your driver's license. Either you are getting a fresh one or you are looking to renew your license. And then before we went on that quick commercials, I mentioned something that over time we've heard it every where you turn to that. Yes, I applied for the license, I could not get it right on time. Some people say ever since I've applied, I've always been having my temporary. And then sometimes these people are on the road and then they are getting flagged down either by the same road safety personnel or by the police. Yes, you have to come in on this one now, man.
Okay.
You have to tell us the duration. How long does it take before you get a driver's license?
Okay, for you to get, I was actually talking about the process.
Yes.
When you pay and you go to the Motor Vehicle Administration Agency for the endorsement and also the confirmation of your payment, you are directed to the Vehicle Inspection Service for your tests. And once your form is endorsed, you are asked to proceed to FRSC for your biometric capturing.
Okay.
And when you get to FRSC, you will be captured and a temporary driver's license will be issued to you as the applicant. And that temporary actually lasts for 60 days.
60 days.
It's expected to last for 60 days before your permanent driver's license will come out and it will get to you. But I know that most times you don't get your permanent driver's license within 60 days. And if you've been reading the news recently, you know that when the new Corps Marshal came on board, he went to the print farm to actually get himself acquainted with what is happening there and also to know what the problems were. And he has been able to identify what the delays were and is working very, very assiduously to solving that. Another thing that he's doing is that we have a mini tank farm already in Lagos that is expected to take up the production for driver's licenses in Lagos, because Lagos is the center of excellence.
Okay.
And, once you get it right
in Lagos, then every part of the country.
Every other part of the country, you have gotten it right.
That's right.
So that print farm is expected to start work any moment from now. I can assure Lagosians that once that print farm commences production in a couple of weeks, this nightmare of I have my temporary license and I have to keep going to extend it because the permanent license is not
coming out
will be a thing of the past.
Well, that's a very good one, and laudable to call Masha Sheo Mohammed as well for that swift intervention, because honestly I was going to ask you if you are not enlightening us on this one now, because I mean we've been to a couple banks around us where you can get your ATM card in the space of minutes or
even within minutes.
Just type it in and then you have your ATM. So I was going to ask, why is the FRSC not looking to inculcate this kind of thing into the system? But then thank God for this one that you've told us now. And then that after you got the temporary ID card, you also mentioned that the things that we are supposed to do before we get to
but I had to also chip this thing. If you have a temporary license presently, and the 60 days has elapsed,
yes,
you have it, please, I'm going to plead that you go back to the center for your for the temporary, if it's not out, for them to extend or endorse that so that you won't fall short of maybe our men or the police saying you are still driving with
a temporary
license that is not valid. So please, we can always visit the center for the extension, but definitely in a couple of weeks, I'm very, very sure production will start maximally and we'll start having our permanent drivers.
And then you'll be able to clear the backlog of the licenses as well. Okay, I mean that's a good one. So quick one now. As a road user, what are the documents that I'm supposed to have before I can say, okay, I'm putting my vehicle on the road right now? Standard documents.
Okay, I mentioned some of it in the course of our conversation earlier. One of it is whether be it an FRSC, a police, a LASMA official out there. The first thing that we want to ascertain is, are you licensed to drive? So the first thing is your valid driver's license. And the next is that vehicle you're driving, we want to also ascertain that that vehicle has documents to back up you having that vehicle to drive at that moment. And then secondary, you can be asked maybe for your fire extinguisher, your spare tire, and they can also look out for, do you have your jack, do you have your spanner? And at some point, I also advise, it's not that it's compulsory, please, it's also, you can also have a first aid box in your vehicle. You don't know whose life you'll be saving with something like that.
First aid box in the vehicles, very important. Thank you for that one. I see the author of Show 9 Power Radio 102.1 FM, and then we have the Superintendent Routes Commander Olabisi Shonusi, who has been educating us because she's the Sector Public Education Officer of the Federal Road Safety Corps Lagos Sector Command. In case you have any nagging issue against the Federal Road Safety Corps that you'd like to vent out to her, you can definitely drop your message for us on WhatsApp or a regular text message on 0907 224 5018 0907 224-5018, and you can as well call us into the studio this evening at 0700 1021 1021 0700 1021 1021 is the number to call to be a part of the show this evening. Auto Hub on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Before we go into the next question, you mentioned something about tires, and then I know that couple times it's been said that we have been banned from using second-hand tires in the country, and then a lot of things have been happening since then. And even your men at times, maybe when they check people's vehicle and then they find a particular a type of tire in their vehicle, they have been, after flagging them, and then there's been a lot of talks about them. What with the Federal Safety Corps and tires?
Okay, we need to understand that tires actually expires. I don't see anything that is being manufactured that does not expire. So our tires expire. So when you see our men looking through your tires, it's just to ascertain that what you're having is not an expired tire. And how to calculate the expiration of your tire is very simple.
Okay.
it's what you see on the wall of your tire is the manufacturing dates. Of the manufacturing date of that tire. Okay, I have to be practical now. Today is 12
June 2024. Yeah, 12:06.
Okay, this week, if we have any tire manufactured within this week, you can see something like maybe 33.24. I mean 23 or 24.24, something like that, because we're in week 24, I guess. So you can have such or 23.24 written on the wall of your tire, which simply means that tire is manufactured the 23rd week of 2024. And for us in Nigeria, we said let's adopt a shelf life value of 4 years in Nigeria. In other climes, you have 5 years, and depending on their weather and all that. But for Nigeria, we say let's adopt 4 years. So it simply means 24. You add 4 to it, which takes you to 28. So you know that in year 2028, that tire is expired. So if you have any tire, maybe less than that, or a tire at that time that is expired, you will be penalized for that and issued a ticket that you are driving with a worn-out tire. So when you see our men looking through the wall of tires, it's just to ascertain that that person is not sitting on a gunpowder ready to explode.
Ready to explode. Oh, well, that's a big one right there. It's the Auto Option 9 Power Radio 102.1 FM. We're streaming live on our Facebook fan page at Impact Radio 102.1 FM. On the show today, we're talking about road safety management in Lagos State, and safety on and off the road. And we've been discussing with the Superintendent Route Commander Olabisi Shonusi, the Sector Public Education Officer of the Federal Safety Corps Lagos Sector Command. It's still so much to talk about on the show this evening, because this one seems to be like a personal question, and then I would like you to give me an honest answer. So yes, have you ever felt like or wished you were never a road safety official?
I had to laugh.
Okay, it's acceptable.
When it comes to the issue of road safety, it comes with passion. You'll be shocked that I've spent over 20 years in FRSC as a person. So I take it as a ministry. You are called to serve, and when you have that passion, you'll be all out to do it. And you know, every day you have that energy, the strength to.
You just want to go out there.
Want to go out there, educate, inform, enlighten people. So I've never. Well, I think I will say I enjoyed being an FRSC officer. Aside from being the spokesperson, I was not the spokesperson years back. But when I attained that, it also gave me the opportunity to also contribute to saving lives. And I've done it in different capacities. So I would say for me, the passion had kept me going, and it's still keeping me going. So I had never regretted being an FRSC. And you know, when you see people like us too, you want to join us. Definitely,
because I mean, me looking at you now, I think I'm fancying being a Federal Safety Corps. Maybe someday, somehow, it can happen. And
it can.
Thank you for that one. So yes, to the next one now. Looks like I'm going to be asking a lot of personal questions now. Being you're a boss now, of course, yes. With your cadre right now, you're the Sector Public Education Officer. How has it been working alongside as a woman, male subordinates, and also men who are actually, higher than you in rank?
Okay, for someone like me, I think because I grew through the ranks, it helped to prepare me for the present position. So I had this always at the back of my mind that, for us, we don't use sir or ma. We are all men. So that also helped us not to be intimidated as a woman, because we are all there to serve and to save lives. So all through my years in FRSC, I've always seen myself equal to the men, and I've always wanted to surpass whichever level the men have always been. I've always been out there to add more value, and if the men were to be here and we have a debate, I'm very sure they will say Olabisi, has always
it's always been said that it's going to be very hard for you to win a debate or go into a battle with a woman.
When we talk about women supporting women, we have been there supporting ourselves because we don't want to be in the other room again.
Okay, not in the other room, but then being on the forefront as well.
We are there. And we are doing it and we'll keep doing it.
That's a great one. And then I felt it's more like a clarion call to other females now who definitely have passion for what you're doing and to also get involved as well. Still the author of Show 9 Power Radio 102.1 FM. We are having a conversation with the Superintendent Route Commander Olabisi Shonosi, the Sector Public Education Officer of the Federal Safety Corps Lagos Sector Command. I'm asking you if you have nagging issues that you want to discuss with the Federal Safety Corps. You can definitely send it over to us right here in the studio, 0700 1021 1021 in case you want to call us in. And then you can send your message on WhatsApp, maybe a regular text message, 0907 224 5018. As always, stream on our social media platforms, our Facebook fan page at iImpact Radio 102.1 FM. We're also live on YouTube and X at iImpact 102.1 FM. I will go on this quick timeout now. When I come back, I have something to ask here, and it's about you and what you do when you probably get a call that something has happened somewhere. That's more like talking about a crash. I stay out of Urban Impact Radio 102.1 FM.
You're looking for an avenue to blast your brand. Why not let us be your detonator at High Impact Radio 102.1 FM with Gachi Cover. For advert placement, sponsorship, partnership, call us on 0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, 0902 745 3931, or send an email to info@highimpactstudio.com.
High cash flash time.
Now money time. If you not play,
now you lose.
But if you not come win today,
you fit win tomorrow.
Yes, so this na high cash flash where you fit win a wolf money brekete. Just dial *347 *972 hash. Select your urban station High Impact 102.1 FM. Then go sama you code where you fit use buy ticket for 500 naira pere. And not forget say the more you buy ticket, the more chances you get to hammer better money. To play and more to you fit also visit our website for highcashflash.com. Time now money.
Oh yeah, dial *347 *972 hash to enter the high cash flash.
You see this money?
Last, now we go chop am.
High Cash Flash is powered by Lasho Trading Services Limited and licensed by Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Authority. Not suited for anyone under 18. Play responsibly.
Every day of your week.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week.
Let's make an impact in your life. 102.1 FM, High Impact Radio.
Welcome back to the Author of Show 9 Power Radio 102.1 FM special edition today. Because yes, we have the Superintendent Route Commander Olabisi Shonosi, our Sector Public Education Officer, Federal Safety Corps Lagos Sector Command, taking us through issues as it concerns the Federal Road Safety Corps. And then I mentioned before we went on that quick time out. Now, yes, when we come back now, I'm going to be asking some form of personal question I've been asking, and then this one is another one. So yes, Sector Commander, ma'am. Okay, you said.
Public education.
Okay, Sector Public
Education.
Education.
Is the #1 man in FRS in
Okay,
Lagos.
I beg your pardon. Sector Public Education Officer. Okay, I mean, you definitely get in there as well. That's a prayer for you. Okay, so ma'am, in case you get called, and then this call is definitely coming from your men who are, out there at their duty post, and then they call you that something has happened. That's more like a ghastly motor accident. What's your first reaction like? What comes to your mind first?
Okay, the men or maybe a motorist or something.
I can be a motorist, and then just get this call.
One of the things, in the course of my job, I've had, being the spokesperson, I've had at odd hours that calls comes in, and someone somewhere who had my number will call to say there's a crash somewhere. The first thing I used to tell that person is, first, can you dial the FRSC toll free number 122, because that will be the first the best way for response to get to those crash victims all the time. But even at the background, in the course of my interface with the person, I'll ask where the location of the crash is to ascertain any of our commands that are very close to that
area.
We have is what we call a number where I have all the commanding officers. Number. And definitely I'll
and the units
pull a call to the unit head there that a rescue team needs to go to the crash scene for them to respond to that emergency.
Okay.
But if it's outside Lagos, what I do mostly
like on the express, the highway.
Maybe it's outside Lagos, on Lagos Ibadan Expressway, and it's outside Lagos jurisdiction.
Yes.
I also have some of their commanding officers' number, but I definitely used to call the sector commander. Who in turn knows, once I give the landmark of the crash, he knows how to get. But before then, that's the long route. The first one is that person who called. I will tell the person that 122 FRC 203 emergency number, which we hit our call center. And once you give them the landmark, they have the comprehensive phone numbers of all the commands, and the nearest command will be called to act swiftly to save lives. I've had such 3 a.m. in the morning, and the man was shocked that within few minutes
you were able to pull something.
FRSC personnel were there because we always have a standby rescue team in all our formations throughout the country.
That's great, and then it's good to hear as well. So yes, before we wrap up the show, I would like you to give us, because I know there are some things that we call traffic offenses.
Yes.
So I would like you to run us through the offenses and maybe the possible penalties for our listeners out there.
Okay, we have a lot of them. We have as high as 50,000. Yes,
as a penalty.
As high as 50,000 as a penalty.
Wow.
And we have that when you drive dangerously, for instance. Someone who drives against the flow of traffic is there to kill somebody, and so we don't look the other way. And so we have that. We have construction firm not putting signs at their construction area.
The C caution.
It also goes with a fine of 50,000, but we have as low as 2,000 naira too. But for us in Lagos, let me also warn the motorists that don't say, is it not 2,000 naira? I can commit as many times as I want. What we do in Lagos is we have what we call this synergy with the magistrate, Lagos State Magistrate, and we do that in all our formations in Lagos, where we have magistrate assigned to us in FRSC. And what the magistrate she has the power to use the Lagos traffic offense. So you can be charged as much as 250 if you're not careful.
250,000 naira.
Don't think it's only FRSC miserable or 2,000 naira or 3,000 naira. You can be charged as much as that.
Wow.
Because she can decide, or the magistrate can decide to use the Lagos traffic law to also penalize such drivers. So we have as much as that. If you drive without your driver's license, it's 10,000 naira. And we have, if you use your phone while you drive, is 4,000, and as much, just as I said, the highest of all our offenses is 50,000 naira.
Okay, I mean that's like a good one. Hearing this from you now, because I mean, citizens now that if you drive without your driver's license, you are going to have to pay 10,000 naira, non-negotiable. Because I know some people will be like, I can bargain now. At least it is, So let's talk about it. Yes, before we wrap it up right now, finally, definitely give us your parting words, and then for us at Impact Radio, and also the entire populace listening to you right now.
Okay, the first I would say is we need to know that road safety is a shared responsibility. So you don't leave road safety to only the FRSA, the police, the LASTMA. It begins with you. Road safety begins with every one of us. And please also note that most of the road crashes we see or we witness on our road don't just happen. It's always caused by somebody. Please, if you're out there, don't let it be you. And finally, obey traffic rules and regulations, and plan your journey anytime. You're setting out for a very important task. Please plan ahead, know where to go through, drive through, plan your journey, and make sure you also have a sane mind. Know that with the economic situation, you always have somebody out there that wants to maybe provoke you, don't engage in road rage. Be safe, be good out there.
Thank you very much for that parting shot. Do not engage in road rage. It has been advised that you drive like the only sane person that is on the road. And I'll always leave you with a particular tagline that says, always add sense to your license. It's not enough to have your license.
Thank you for giving me that.
All right, ma'am. We learn every day about that. We learn every day. And yes, I'm past citizens. Many thanks to you for being a part of the show. Apologies. I missed a couple calls. I think I take responsibility for that, because I know maybe you want to say something to the sector public education officer. Well, you can still possibly put the call through if you are able to right now. 0700 1021 1021. I might just be able to take your call before I wrap it up finally on the show. And yes, that's how much you can take on the Auto Up show this evening on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. We've been talking about road safety management in Lagos State, the safety on and off the road, and she's been able to talk to us about the offenses that one can commit before you are being flagged down by the personnel of the Federal Road Safety Corps. It's been said that you have the primary, the secondary, and also maybe when they are on special operations. And then before you get your license, make sure you go to a certified driving school and get your driving school certificate. You are going to be getting a temporary driver's license, which has been advised that after a particular point in time, you should go out as well to look for ways to renew it after 60 days. And now it's been said that there's a new factory, machine factory, you called it the other time, that is going to be up and running before the end of this month, where the driver's license is going to be produced. Like, as you go, you are going to be getting your driver's license on the spot. So yes, that's a laudable one from the Federal Safety Corps. And once again, Ma'am, Superintendent Route Commander Olabisi Shonusi, it's good to have you on Empire Radio 102.1 FM.
Thank you.
And hopefully, when next to call on you, definitely going to key on to our call.
I sure will.
All right, so that's how I'll be wrapping up the show today. Many thanks to you citizens once again for being a part of the show. Stay with us on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. The Just Before That show continues. Don't go nowhere, citizens.
Hey, hey, hey! Let's get Juntastic as we jump into the month of June.
We can make you jump.
This month is marking the attendance of the second half of the year, and